George Karl has a new book out called Furious George, which is a play on, I guess, Curious George. And in it, he rips several Denver Nugget players, in particular, Carmelo Anthony, and secondarily, J.R. Smith and Kenyon Martin. In this video, though, he did say something about J.R. Smith pretty much seeming only interested in taking shots, having a weird shot selection, and eyeing his next contract or something like that. And that he thinks the fact that, I think it was, who was it? Was it Carmelo and Kenyon Martin not having fathers? I don't remember, but I'm going to focus on what he wrote about Carmelo Anthony in this video. And in this book, he wrote about how, quote, Carmelo was a true conundrum for me in the 6 years I had him. He was the best offensive player I ever coached. He was also a user of people, addicted to the spotlight, and very unhappy when he had to share it. Now, that kind of rings true to me, because I remember there was reportedly tension between him and Allen Iverson when Allen Iverson joined the team in, what was it, 2006, 2007 season, I think it was. Can't remember exactly what year it was, but I think it was around that time. And I remember Allen Iverson putting up something like 26.5 points per game or something like that with the club, but apparently they didn't get along with one another very well. And I think that probably has something to do with the fact that they didn't get along with one another, and Carmelo doesn't like to share the ball. He goes on to say that, quote, he really lit my fuse, talking about Carmelo, with his low demand of himself on defense. He had no commitment to the hard, dirty work of stopping the other guy. My ideal, probably every coach's ideal, is when your best player is also your leader. But since Carmelo only played hard on one side of the ball, he made it plain he couldn't lead the Nuggets, even though he said he wanted to. Coaching him meant working around his defense and compensating for his attitude. The volume of questions around Carmelo eventually wore me down. Sometimes I got so sick of talking about him that I just throw up my hands and say, I don't know what he is and I don't care. I wanted as much effort on defense, maybe more, as on offense. That was never going to happen with Melo, whose amazing ability to score with the ball made him a star, but didn't make him a winner, which I pointed out to him, which he didn't like. So these are things that don't really shock me personally, because I thought that when Carmelo became a free agent a couple of years ago, when he re-signed on a club, re-signed with the New York Knicks on a club that obviously wasn't very good, when he's getting at an age where, most players have a desire to start winning, I think that Carmelo is the type of guy, he much rather average 27 points per game on a mediocre team rather than average 17 points on a championship team. He just comes across to me as that type of guy. And while it's true that a scoring champion can win championships, Michael Jordan did it, of course, he just, comes across to me as a guy who just seems more interested in scoring and being a star and living the lavish lifestyle. But tell me what you guys think.